means to grow up. When you're young, blanket forts are for you. When you're an adult, blanket forts are for yourself.
Right.
Some pump with an identity crisis about its battery. To be
this is a grim tale.
Man,
of adulthood.
Yeah. So I've been having this problem since we had like a tornado a few maybe 3 weeks ago, where it would reset every 24 hours.
Oh boy.
And now it's just not resetting. But when it was resetting every 24 hours, I just constantly hear the phantom beeping in my head.
The telltale beeping.
Does it have a time on it, and is that time set incorrectly?
No.
Okay.
No,
it's not that smart yet.
No. It is quite dumb.
Okay. That's probably for the best.
There is a panel with a button, and you can press that button for 1 second, which will reset the alarm, or for 5 seconds, which will reset that alarm for 24 hours. Neither of those things are working.
Is the button broken? Have you tried turning it off and turning it back on again?
Yeah. So I have unplugged the power. I have taken out the fuse. I have done everything short of disconnecting the modules from the battery itself. It's like it's not quite the size of a car battery. It is like the size of like a go-kart, or maybe like a motorcycle battery or something like that.
Guys, batteries come in sizes. Did you know that?
Yeah, it's crazy.
And voltages.
Yeah, so but yeah, it's connected to a lot of things, and there's a giant hole in the ground next to it, so I'm not sure what happens next. Maybe the Goblin King is going to come out of it. Not sure.
Might be a blessing at this point.
Yeah, right, exactly, if it stops the beeping. But yeah, like it definitely looks like there are college kids smoking weed in that room, because there are blankets down at the bottom. And it's just,
I mean, if you'd like, I can try and take it out with vicious mockery.
Right. Yeah. See, so here you guys go.
Yes, it does have a hotbox kind of thing going.
Right. So there's the door, and it is right next to me, and apparently my sump pump is hotboxing. So it's a great time.
I think we're live again. Sorry, that was
okay. Potentially hello to the live stream.
Yeah.
Right.
Hi, live stream. No, this is we're gonna crowdsource this. We're gonna get this sump pump situation fixed via the power of the crowd.
Yes. Yes.
Someone is gonna write in with yes, I've been working in sump pump manufacturing for 25 years. Let me tell you what to do.
There you go.
It's actually a
if
very
they could do that before the end of the podcast.
I was going to say, that's
right.
When
And
is this
fix
going
it.
to be published? Because it may not be a live streamer who solves your problem, and it may be some.
Oh, that is true.
Months.
It will be months before this goes out. I have been running. It turns out when you can't go anywhere, and you're me, you run multiple hours of D&D a week, and then release 1 hour of D&D a week. So I don't ask how long the backlog is anymore. I just
You just add to it.
Yeah,
It's like a year at some point.
Yeah.
Cicero, you'll know this episode has gone live when you start getting sump pump advice.
or like Amazon and Instagram start trying to sell you some pumps.
It's 2024. I'm sitting there. My beard is really long. My eyes are just
You're
wide.
getting all these rude emails being like,
But
what,
you-
using like a 2020 sump pump, 2022 sump pump.
Unfortunately,
technology
you
that's
are
totally
underwater,
relevant.
which is
right, exactly.
Yeah.
I could use
As is. Well, yeah.
I
As
look
will
like
the city
Doc
of
Brown.
Chicago. You just,
Yes.
but the mer people of Chicago are so
Right.
friendly.
Tony, whenever you're ready, we are good to go.
All right, I don't remember what we were doing anymore. We were playing Dungeons and Dragons. normally.
Goblins were fleeing after
and you
one
were
of them attempted to stab his friend.
You were giving us a backstory on a goblin that is not fleeing,
All
and
right.
also not part of this adventure.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's
Yes,
Top Hat
so-
Junior.
Yeah.
Oh yes, Top Hat Junior is Aline, doing fine. Moved
Okay.
to the big city, got his plumber's license. Met another goblin. He
Does
moved.
he
when
know
moved
anything about
Waterdeep.
sump pumps?
Right. Does he?
This is one of those places
Please.
where dungeon master knowledge, the character knows more than the dungeon master does. But yeah, they run. When you move to Waterdeep, you start out in Goblin Town. It's a neighborhood there. He met another new person to Waterdeep. This is not going to make any sense to anyone else who didn't listen to that one adventure. But they've got a business. They're thinking of starting a family. Things are really coming together to them. Anything is possible in this fantasy world where there are jobs.
It's like we just watched a commercial for a spin-off of a different game.
Yeah. All right. So the two goblins that are in this adventure, at least briefly, Storzib has run away. Gulk has taken a hearted stab at Grin, missed, and fled into the bushes. That does relieve, I believe there are 6 goblins still there, in addition to their leader, Grin the Goblin. Some of them are armed with bows, some of them with swords, and they are not happy. One of them, Glop, is badly injured. Dan, what do you think? I think this is a time the goblins are going to have to make one attempt at doing some damage before they cut their losses.
Yeah. I think these goblins are going to at least take some shots here and try to at least be able to tell the queen that they did their best.
All right. Enovin, you are still thankfully shielded by your faith. 2 goblins come running around the rocks at you, one on each side. And they're going to make 2 scimitar attacks. Dan, would you mind rolling those for me?
Absolutely. One of them rolled a 6, which is not great. The other one rolled a natural 20.
Which is also not great.
Yes, just for different people.
Yeah. It's the highs and lows.
Perspective.
Yeah, highs and lows here on Total Party Kill. So Dan, guess what? Even for goblins, they get to roll double the damage die.
Right, they do. And they rolled 2 1s, really snatching defeat from the jaws of victory there. That's a total of 4 damage.
All right. Well,
Evan, how are you doing so far?
I am down 4.
Out of, I'm just curious.
Out of 15. I am less than less than 66%.
Okay, so things aren't great, but you're not in mortal peril yet. But you would probably prefer to be stabbed less.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, that's the thing of dreams here in Dungeons and Dragons.
The friendly bard is ready and willing with healing word when it gets to her turn.
Yeah.
This third goblin is going to take a shot at Enovin with a bow and arrow. I'm going to say, because of that cover, it's going to have disadvantage. Well, I rolled a critical success on one die, but when you have disadvantage, you got to use the 4 on the other die.
Wow.
So that is going to be an 8.
Oh, well, and that misses.
That much better.
So his arrow hits the rock that you were kind of hiding behind perfectly. The other 3 goblins are going to kind of pour through the ruins here. What are they going to do? I think they see Krong and Gemika. So they're going to pop out here. Let's see. I'm going to spread out my attacks, I think. Dan, roll me a quick scimitar attack as one rushes up to our bard friend.
All right. That is a 15.
That hits me. I have 12.
Alas.
I am going to roll a short bow attack as one fires an arrow at... oh, God, I've already forgotten the pronunciations of character names. Bellin,
yeah.
I have rolled an 8. That doesn't seem like that's going to hit a
No.
chainmail shirt wearing dwarven warrior. All right. And Krong, a goblin, has popped around the corner, perhaps somewhat startled to see you, and he kind of yelps and stabs you. He has rolled a 18 with his scimitar.
And he will successfully stab me.
5 slashing damage.
And the same to Gemeka as well, also 5.
Yeah, same to Gemika.
I have taken
Sorry,
very
what was that?
nearly half of my hit points in damage.
5 damage, Rosemary. Cool. All right. Bellin. I'm bad at names. Bellin is your turn.
Did you go by Bell for short?
Sure, let's go by Bell.
Although she doesn't like books, it's a thing. So
Oh, you can punch
first-
books.
I can punch books. Yeah, that's true.
And you can use books to punch people.
Born
As
Identity
a
taught me
free
that.
action,
Books
I'm gonna
about
make
punching
eye
people.
contact with Grin the Goblin and
Mm.
just do like the two finger, like
Grin is poking out behind that statue and is just like, oh, jeez,
Yeah.
she looks really scary.
coming for you, but I've got to mow my way through these goblins first. So I'm gonna step over the corpse of this felled bugbear, and I'm going to hit this goblin in front of me first with my Morning Star. 13.
Does a 13 hit a goblin? It does not hit a goblin.
Yeah, little off balance. You know, I'm a dwarf
Yeah.
trying to
know,
navigate this giant corpse.
Yeah, bugbears are not the best footing to do
Yeah.
your attack.
Yeah.
That's some life advice for everybody out there.
But they might
Don't-
make a
don't-
great fur coat.
Yeah, I think they're not the best step stool.
Yeah.
So-
So I'm gonna
Our fur is
swing
very
my
glossy.
warhammer. So I'm gonna swing my warhammer, and that's a 22 versus AC.
Yeah, that'll do it.
Oops, I rolled the wrong die here. Try again. For 5 points of damage. And
Ugh, that is a lot of damage when you're just a little goblin.
I think I'm actually going to take my action surge
Mm.
and swing at it again with my Morning Star. And that's a 15 versus AC.
That is the AC of a goblin. So
Okay.
as a fighter, Aline has this action surge ability where basically you get extra actions. So,
And that's 7 points of damage.
you basically cave this unknown goblin's head in.
Ooh.
That's just what I wanted to do.
Yeah.
I laugh victoriously.
Okay. And
Grin
it's going
looks
to be
horrified.
it's going to be very hard to question that goblin afterwards.
That's okay. Grin's still alive. We
Yeah,
can
that's
drag
who
his
I'm-
corpse around for a
Yep.
bit. Almost.
that's
my
my
turn.
turn.
Sorry.
Caleb, how's it going?
I'm just hanging out over here. Can I like throw some intimidation at these goblins who keep coming at us and keep getting pummeled?
Yeah.
I'm just like, hey. So yeah. So what I need to do is roll. That is not so good. 18 plus 2 is 20.
That's very good. Dan, you know Dan, what did I have you roll on Grin's last turn when people ran away from him?
That was a good question.
D4.
D4.
Yes,
D4.
D4 goblins.
Dan, next time it's at the Grin's next turn, please roll a D6 for how many goblins give up on him.
Got it.
Because the goblins are losing faith in really this whole operation right now.
The question will be whether that die roll is higher than the number of goblins remaining.
It's possible it will be higher than the number of goblins remaining. So, Caleb, would you like to do anything else on your turn?
What's the number of maybe I should move a little bit. I've been in the same spot for a while and I'm feeling more secure about my position.
And I'll consider your intimidation there just like a bonus action if you also want to cast a spell or fire a longbow shot.
Yeah, I'll take another longbow shot. Sure, that sounds
Well,
good.
Glop still has one of your arrows in his arm.
Oh, I thought Glop was gone, but I
No,
saw
no,
him
he's-
there and I was like, wait, what's up with that?
Glop's still there.
Right,
I mean,
Glop is
he
hanging
wishes
on
he
for
had
a
gone
long
somewhere
haul.
else.
I like how they all get
So
named right
that
before they
is-
die.
Yeah, it's...
Is this tradition?
All right, so remind me now. I roll and then I add what?
Yep.
You're going to add 4,
I-
I think we decided, to your D20 for your longbow
Okay,
attack.
so 22.
That's really good.
22.
I think that hits.
Yeah, that definitely hits. Now you get to decide, or not decide, you get to roll a damage for your longbow.
No, you get to decide your damage. How much damage do you want to do?
Pick a
Let's
number.
stay with
Cicero,
you
I'm in
feel
charge
doing,
here.
right?
He's the voice of Roll20. Do what he
Right.
says.
I know. I believe you. And
sorry,
damage
Wolf,
is
told
a
me that.
D8.
Yep.
Yes.
Plus
Plus
2.
I suspect things are not going to go well for Glop.
7.
Yeah.
That's
Wow.
That's how many
you
hit points
fire
Glop
your-
had like 20 minutes ago.
That Glop's, yeah. There was
Glop
at
is
the
toast.
start of the morning, Glop woke up with seven hit points. Your arrow fires and hits
been
Glop right between the eyes. He flops backward, which is good. Glop and another to be named goblin were, flanking Enovan. Things didn't look good, so the fact that there is one less goblin in the fray is good. Very nice sharpshooting from Caleb. Enovan, you are up next.
Oh man, what can Enovan do? Ooh.
Well, there's a goblin right in your face.
There is a goblin right in my face. Well, Enovan, that light in his eyes, that we saw before, the little menace, it seemed like a flame, actually looks like flames to this unnamed goblin. As Enovan looked at Glop and looked at the corpse of Glops and then turned and looked directly at this goblin. And Enovan cast the cantrip Sacred Flame.
Oh no.
And that is a dex saving throw.
All right. I will roll a dex saving throw. If there's anything goblins are good at, they are pretty dexterous. But not when I rolled. I rolled an 11.
The save was a 12. And this goblin will take 3 points of damage.
Not good for the goblin.
Yeah.
Badly wounded.
What's good for the goose?
It's good
It's bad for the goblin.
Bad for the
It's
goblin.
bad for the goblin.
Title.
As a bonus action, he will take out his scythe, which isn't in D&D Beyond. So instead of a scythe, he's got a sickle.
Okay.
It's, the same.
I don't know the difference between those two things.
Yeah, I think a sickle is a scythe with a shorter handle.
Yeah,
so
it's got like
for
the more
wheat
of the
and
actual.
one is for hay.
Right. Yes.
One of them is like
Yeah.
like more like a crescent moon shape, whereas the scythe
Yeah.
has like a long.
Right.
Scythe are only sourced to the Scythe region of France.
Yes.
right.
Yes.
It's otherwise it's a sparkling sickle. Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
it's a sparkling sickle.
I take out my glaive, Guizarm, Boul's glaive. And
Stop talking goblin talk, Monty. We've been over this.
So so he takes out his scythe coal and 19 to hit.
Oh, wow. Yeah. Do you have enough actions to also do this?
Yeah,
I
this
wasn't
is
sure
my
what-
bonus action. Bonus action is so I can take 2-weapon fighting for
Okay.
bonus action.
Nice. Roll me some damage as this goblin that has already been Sacred Flames is
Nice.
probably, as his day continues to get worse. Dan, was it the first episode of Inconceivable that had pole arm or cheese?
I was like the 15th or 17th or something.
Really?
It
Okay.
just felt
I
like
think
the
of that-
first in
Yeah,
your
it did
brain.
feel. It felt like the first.
It always sticks in my brain whenever people are using weapons that I'm like, I don't actually know what that looks like. The one of the rounds of Inconceivable was Dan gave us a bunch of funny words, and it was this a weird cheese or was this a weird Dungeons and Dragons weapon?
No, those are real weapons.
Dan, they're Dungeons and Dragons weapons.
Oh, yeah,
Sorry,
I mean, but
a
yeah.
medieval pole arm.
They're real. In your imagination.
Well, so that was the episode where Inconceivable actually became real to you. Tony.
Yeah.
Became
So-
conceivable.
It became conceivable. And Enovan decided to take this unnamed goblin and also hit them for 4 more points of damage.
That is exactly how many hit points the goblin had. Enovan, I guess you could have you lopped off something very important with your scythe from this goblin that was already kind of dealing with being melted with Sacred Flame.
Yes.
This has not been a strong round for the goblins, unless you count death as like. In which
That
case
is
they're great.
that is a strength.
Succeeding. They're succeeding
Yeah.
at that. Yes.
It's the last greatest adventure.
Mm. Krong, I think you're up.
first, I would like everyone to know that there is a pole arm in Advanced Dungeons and Dragons called a Bohemian ear spoon. I just like bringing that
What-
up.
what?
'cause it's funny.
Is that your
Sounds
turn?
Terrifying.
Just saying, Bohemian ear spoon.
As my bonus action, I would like to use my Bohemian ear spoon to eat some applesauce.
I'm just adding a little flavor because what I'm actually doing is pretty straightforward. I would like to hide. I don't know if you're going to let me because there's a goblin there and a goblin there.
Why don't we say you do so with disadvantage? You're still really good at hiding, though, Kron.
Okay. Either a 23 or 19. I will take the 19.
Okay. Well, I think somehow you managed to find a little shadow in the ruins. It does help that one of the other goblins was not focused on you. It was focused on Jemica. So you have concealed yourself from the goblins once again.
All right. Then I will again stab that guy over there to the west.
Okay. Thank you. All right. Next question is, which goblin are you murdering?
That roll was a 1. Luckily, the advantage. I have rolled another 1. So that is a critical failure.
A rare
Wow.
failure for Chrome.
Okay.
Right.
Two
advantage.
burly, long arms dart out of the shadows with swords and like gently brush past this goblin. It was like, that's still really spooky, even if I'm not hurt and bleeding.
Turns out I shouldn't have been yelling out information about pole arms while hiding.
Yeah. Can I interest you in a nice brie? It's actually a long stick with a blade at the end. All right. It is Grin the Goblin next.
Well, Grin the Goblin on his dice of fleeing goblins has rolled a 4, which I do think covers all remaining goblins.
I believe there's only three
Yep.
goblins left.
Grin will
All right.
still peek out from behind the statue and say, "You're doing great. Keep up the good work." And he's slowly backing away. And then when he makes it to this hill, he is just going to turn and run.
All right. Two of the goblins were not engaged with you. They had been hanging back, firing arrows at you, and they basically turned to run. But they don't get to do that until it is their turn. Jemica, there is a Gemica. Nope, those both sound wrong.
Hard
Yeah.
G.
Hard G. Gemica. The goblin is engaged with you, which means that if he runs away, you may be able to stab at him on his way when you're fighting face to face with someone. You can't just, or there are penalties to running away. But yeah, it is clear the goblin's spirits have been broken. Grin is just gone. There's no sign.
It's like
of
a little
Grin.
cloud of dust.
Yes. Yeah, there's just a grin-shaped hole in the foliage that he has disappeared through.
Well, I've often seen a hole without a grin. Oh, sorry.
All right. So, Gemica, it is your turn.
The goblin next to me who's about to run away or is going to attempt to run away. Am I allowed to use my attack of opportunity now?
As soon as it runs away,
okay.
it will provoke an attack of opportunity from you.
Okay. I'm actually going to, I think, use a spell for sleep because I think it might be good to have one of these goblins handy.
As a
and
pet?
I'm wondering if we put him to sleep, then if we can basically kidnap him and make him tell us all more information later.
We need a cute mascot. The network's on us to make this more kid friendly.
I'm glad that you
toyetic options.
Oh, sleepy
de-escalated
goblin.
from murder to kidnapping.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure that's how it works on podcasts. One mascot goblin that is your friend undoes 8 to 12 murders.
It's worth a shot,
That's just
right?
Yeah.
basic math.
Yeah.
I'm just doing things. This is not a math. This is appeal to children. So how does sleep work? Because I don't know.
Sleep has a range of 90 feet, or I can reduce the range. And it lasts for 1 minute. So
Alright.
that is 10 turns of combat, I believe.
Yeah, that's a lot of time in combat.
Yes. And if I click on cast, then
So I
it'll
believe
cast it.
sleep even would usually be used on a range of enemies because it will put a
Yeah.
certain number of hit points to sleep.
Yes.
I don't think it is possible for you not to put one goblin to sleep. I think unfortunately the goblins are spread out, so you can't target multiple goblins easily.
I believe it has a spherical range of 20 feet if I choose
Yeah.
to do that, or 90 feet in a directional range.
Yeah, you could
Yeah,
drop
so
it
you
right
get to
there.
put a circle of 20. But it
Is,
might
does
break,
it,
obviously.
You get
is
two
it enemies
goblins.
or creatures?
It is enemies.
Okay.
Specifically, I believe.
I think it's creatures, actually.
Oh no, it does say sends creatures into. Oh, then I probably should not.
So the
do
tricky
that.
thing is like, well, you could totally find a circle that just has one goblin in it. I think Aline was saying like,
The
oh,
problem
those two
is
goblins aren't
Kron
that
is
far
also
apart.
going to get hit.
And me, I'm right next to him. So
Yeah.
depending upon how
Yeah.
you did
That
it.
said,
so I should
the way
probably not
sleep
do that.
works, just to clarify, is it starts with the people with the lowest number of hit points. So depending on if Krong has taken any damage, he probably has a lot more hit points than goblins. So it will hit the goblins first. And
Right.
probably, plus, if it hits him, you just nudge him and you can wake him up.
Yeah, that's true.
You might like a nap. You don't know.
This is true.
Yeah.
I mean, would it heal him potentially?
No.
Is that a bonus?
I have taken
he sleeps
I have
into a
taken
long
very
rest.
nearly half of my hit points in damage.
Oh wow.
All right. Then instead, I'm just going to use my crossbow and I'm just going to shoot at the goblin next to me because, you know, let's re-escalate from kidnapping back up to murder. I
Yep.
think that's a good idea.
Are we still allowed to pretend we are attacking non-lethally?
Yeah, you can pretend it. I mean, it's pretty clear to me that Bellin was not pretending that.
All
Or like
right.
Rosemary could say,
Yeah.
I am attacking non-lethally and just knock someone out with her crossbow shot.
I think you could shoot somebody in the foot with a crossbow.
I like
I
the
mean,
idea.
I'm going to shoot him in the foot and I've just rolled 21.
Okay,
So
well,
there-
good. Not it bounces off his foot and hits him in the face. No, but you totally hit him in the foot.
And
so
for 5 piercing damage.
all right, he is very badly hurt.
I like the idea that Bellin was yelling, "I'm attacking non-lethally," but just lying.
Yeah, I'm attacking non-lethally.
Beating
Cranks
to
the
death with a
crossbow.
warhammer and a morning
It's
I'm
about
not great at
deception.
deception. I'm not great at it, but I try.
It's
Isn't
okay.
that
I've set my
hard?
morning star to stun.
Yeah,
Usually a
Meant
Morningstar
to
does
swap
stun,
in
but
the-
it's on the way to kill.
Right.
meant to
He
swap
was
in that
stunned.
nerf
As he
morning
was
star.
briefly stunned before
All
he
right.
was dead.
All right. It is Team Goblin. I think the other two goblins are just going to run away. But there is a goblin right next to Gemika. That goblin provokes an opportunity attack from you as it goes.
Wonderful. Can I attack with my crossbow again for this opportunity attack?
Dan, what do you think? Or does it-
Usually
Or
a
do I need to use my
ranged
dagger?
attack at close range would incur disadvantage.
Okay, so
Yeah, I
I'd be
think you
better off
probably
using
just
my
wanna-
dagger.
Yeah.
All right.
I also get to attack it with an attack of opportunity.
All right.
Because of your crazy range?
Yes.
Yes. Well, my attack of opportunity gets 18 when I roll that
Yep.
with my dagger, and my piercing damage is 3.
All right. Krong, do you want to do something also?
I would like to attack it non-lethally, please.
Yep.
15.
That's its armor's class.
Well, then I see it is engaged in combat with an ally of mine, so I will take that sneak attack damage. Thank you.
All right.
Non-lethal sneak attack.
That's right. 11 points of non-lethal damage, please.
You know goblins have
All
like
right,
7
so-
hit points, right?
I basically imagine that
Shouldn't have shot
Gemika,
me.
you have shot him in one foot with a crossbow bolt, and it's running away. And you basically throw your dagger into the other, or I guess you not throw, clip the other foot with and he stumbles, and Krong with his giant long monster arm basically clotheslines him, and that goblin is on the ground, unconscious and significantly bleeding. Well, you have dealt with the emissaries of the Queen of Redwater. You have dispatched many a bugbear and many a goblin. Several lie unconscious, where no doubt you will question them next session, while others have lived adventures from the town of Whitesparrow. What will be the repercussions of this battle? What will you learn of the Queen of Redwater? Will you make your way to the ancient dwarven dam that controls all of the water in the valley? For answers to questions such as these, tune in next time to Total Party Kill. The end.
This was not at all what we were told to come do.
You exceeded your brief very quickly.
It is what you did, though.
We
We
tried
can all
for
agree.
persuasion.
Yeah.
They just didn't agree.
Yeah, we can all agree things happened.
That's why you put your demands in your note.
Yeah. This is, you may or may not be called upon by Sheriff Willowmane to speak on the behalf of the town of Whitesparrow ever again. Cool.
I personally think we did an excellent job.
Oh yeah.
Well, the town is ringing bells for our victory. Can you hear them? Every 2 seconds.
Oh, that's
2
what that
seconds.
is.
Every 2 seconds.
Preemptively.
Right.
I mean, they were just very optimistic. We're clearly an excellent group.
Clearly.
Well,
Very rhythmic song of celebration.
Right.
Live stream, thank you for listening. We will see you again in the near future. Goodbye, nerds. Dan, take us.